Hey everyone, welcome to Just James Games. 1989. In the year of 2000X, a super robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. Woo! Number 2! Finally! I know, anybody that found my channel because I played Mega Man 1 is probably like, God, that took forever, didn't it? So, this is my torment. Normal or difficult? Difficult. Yeah, I played through this on difficult level. So, first up is Airman. Airman takes double damage from the Mega Buster. So much fun. This was absolute torture, torment, and hell. I don't know why I did difficult. I don't know what I was trying to prove, but I did. And as always, for these Mega Man games, I play the game and then I do the voice after the fact. Just because I want to edit out all the deaths, because there are several hundred. Especially when I decide to do things on difficult. So, anyway, normal difficulty is the way they released the game for America, because they thought we would think that the Japanese original version was too difficult, so they called the Japanese version difficult, and then the American dumbed down version normal. So that's, I want to say that's kind of why I did it, but looking back on it, I probably could have saved 2 hours of time just by playing it on normal, but you know, if the option's given to me, I'll always usually choose the easier path, but not with Mega Man. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to prove with this, but it is what it is. So, if I'm talking to you in this series, that means that I have actually gotten through it at some point. Man. It was rough. There's a couple levels in here that I honestly thought, because this was done on the Xbox One, that it wasn't running slow enough for me to get through the level. But, you know, as a kid, I never played this on difficult. I would never even consider that. I wouldn't even know that the Japanese version was the difficult one versus the American one. Oh my god, respawn again, will you? He only respawned like 17 times there. I would have never known that, but, you know, thanks to the internets and YouTube and stuff, it's kind of common knowledge now. Yeah, it's not like Nintendo Power would just release the fact that, hey, Japan thinks America's kind of dumb and bad at games, so here's a normal version for you guys, and then everyone else in the world's gonna play the difficult version just because there is no other option. It's not like... So... yeah, this took me a few times. Thankfully with the Xbox One version, there's a button on the controller. You can map it however you want, but it chooses the rapid fire, like if you were to have turbo on your controller, which I always did. I remember I had the original NES controller, slightly modified with the switch to turn it turbo, and then I had the big, bulky, like giant rectangular thing with the actual arcade style, but that also had turbo on it as well, I believe. And that was, you know, and then after that, you know, Super Nintendo, it just kind of became standard to, like, you need something with, like, the auto clicker as it is these days. Yay, I got equipped with item number 2. I love the descriptions of this. So this is the first time I've actually played through this completely. I don't remember 95.7% of this. So Airman's works great against... Airman's ability works pretty good, very good actually, against Crashman. And Crashman's ability is necessary for most of the game. Kind of like in Mega Man 1, how Gutsman's ability picked up the blocks and then you could throw them at the enemies. Crashman creates a little bomb that goes against these walls and blows them up. Which, you know, there's like 2 bosses and a lot of levels in this that like require Crashman's ability need to be like maximum. Because in this one, unlike the original one, the first one, I think you only get like 5 uses of Crashman's ability. It just like chunks out the bar and then you're done. Anyway, it was a lot of fun to play this lovely, let me tell you, especially on the difficult level. And yes, I am going to get the 1-up. So I don't want to have to deal with that one again. Because, you know, I only restarted like 27,000 times during this, but... also, I don't think the music's as good as the first one. But I could totally be 1,000% biased because I really loved the first one, and I played the first one a lot when I was a kid. So, nostalgia bias, completely. I can admit to that 100%. But... oh my god, I hated the music in this stage. It just felt like it didn't belong. And still feels like that now that I'm listening to it again. So, it's nice when I record this stuff, because I usually do it while my fiance's asleep, early in the morning. On the weekends, and then spend the rest of the weekend and all week editing, doing voice, and everything else. So it's kind of nice because the music's really low because I don't want to wake her. Not that I would, even if I had it loud, because this place we live in is giant, but it's, you know, just how I grew up. I grew up with being quiet. If I made any sounds or anything, that would wake up my father, and then he'd get upset if he woke up, even though that's all he did was sleep all day, every day. But thankfully, that's not anywhere near the environment that I live in. So, pretty sure she could sleep through everything. But nonetheless, I like to respect the fact that I'm trying to be quiet and respectful for her, and I just lost that 1-up. Bah! But, it's fine. And I'm really thankful that I had the sound low for this, because, oh my god, I'm really trying to focus on conversation and everything, but this, this background sound. Alright, so you have a choice here with the 2 different ladders. One goes to an energy tank, which you can still get, and I'll show you how to in a second. But after the initial branch of 2, it goes into 5, and then you just kind of have to know which way to go. And I don't know if I didn't. I didn't know which way to go on this side originally. I just went with whichever kind of worked. But I knew the left side was bad news bears. And I knew there was a way to make... I knew this was the right way to go. On the right side. I just didn't know which one of the right ways, right ladders, was the right way. It's difficult to comprehend. So, those birds, that's gotta be the most annoying enemy in this game. And I swear, it's not in every level. It really isn't, but it sure does feel like it. And this was, yeah, I'm thinking, should I go back down? And I'm like, no, because, you know, I have this amazing item number 2 that does something, and it creates a little platform for me that rockets off, and so sweet. I got an energy tank for free, and I didn't have to waste like 20 minutes doing it, which hopefully I would have edited out, but you never know. These guys make the same sound and remind me completely of those frickin' things in the very first one that just took a third of your life instantly if you touch them. Ugh. And I still didn't know how to defeat them, but I knew this was the first one was the only game with them, so. Alright, Airman's ability. 3 hits and you're out. Nice and easy. Alright. So, we got 2 robot bosses down. We got the beginning of a brand new series. So, frickin' awesome. I can't wait for more.